Hey everyone, Hoi Allemaal. So in today's video, I wanted to give you an update on everything on the inside. So basically the houseplant update. And yeah, it's been a while since I filmed the video. Life happened, and yeah, that's important too. But here I am again, and I thought I'd start with an update. And after the updates, we got some cleaning to do. So, well, cleaning and propagating. So, propagating is nice. The first update isn't houseplant related, but it's inside, and that's a fail on my part on the fact that, well, this is my perennial seed starting trays, and well, as you can see, that's not very alive. It's very dead. So yeah, update 1 is a fail. Update number 2 is also a fail because I thought I got rid of thrips, but that little black dude thrips. So part of the cleaning is getting rid of a couple of plants that got thrips, well, badly thrips, and I have to start cleaning again. So these two guys also did not survive. To be a little bit more positive, update number 3 is the fact that we redid the rooftop terrace, meaning, well, we replaced all the containers and the plants that were alive. Only this one was kept, and a couple of perennials that were transplanted out into the garden. But yeah, it's looking nice and fresh, and the cat got its own private grass pot. We added into big bins, and the salvias need a clean, so that's what we are going to do. The birds got a feeder. We added in some insect houses, and another, well, one positive thing out of the seed trays is that the sweet pea did survive and thrive. I've just not been keeping up with deadheading, but that's my fault. But still, we have some color, and that one died. I'm not sure why. This one is also looking full of color. Oh, and they smell so good. And this one. So yeah, let's do some cleanup. So I got rid of the soil, well, the plants, plant leaves, etc. Put the containers in some soapy water. And yeah, I will also sanitize the area where I made a mess. So there. But while I was down there, I also noticed, this. That's not very nice looking. So let's also clean that up, since we're on the cleaning mode. Besides the fact that it still needs to be vacuumed, looking better. Much better. The last stop in this cleaning extravaganza, I think, is my first fill. I will clean the containers, well, later, but I will clean them using just soapy water and just passing that through. Nothing too special. Let's propagate some stuff, shall we? Like this very long one that is almost touching the ground. Then the biggest question is, what's a good snapping point? Let's just say here. This way I can move it down the shell, which it will like, because I think it's not getting enough light on the top. So now it can live there and not be dangling on the floor. I will snap first, propagate later, or put them in propagating vessels later. This one is also one hot big mess. It's more, well, draping than anything else, and the yellow leaves are due to the fact that I think they're just, well, not getting, they're just cut off from supply because they're, a lot of pressure is put on them. I'll show you from the back. As you can see, a lot of stuff down, but not a lot in here. So we'll propagate, replant it in here. Yeah. So I want to lose it here, here, and there. There it went. another thing to propagate. Staying in the same room, these dangly ones and those, not very practical. This one is just too tall. It is touching the ground. So this one could use a trim, and I will propagate it. That's a whole lot of stuff that I can propagate. Not all of it will take probably, but hey, that's okay. So I will just show you what I do. It doesn't mean it's the best way, but it's my way. So yeah, I will propagate in water. So, because that's what I'm used to and like doing. I like to see the roots grow, but I will do that for all of these. So I have my vessel here that I will put them in. Not sure if this will be enough, but, and of course the plants I'm going to propagate. And yeah, I will show you what I will do. Let's see, this is a short one. So since this is the growing point, this is the point here that came off the plant. So always remember which way it grows, because that'll make it easier to put it in the water. Because if you snip it and put it in water the other way around, it will grow, but it will just grow leaf underwater, and that usually is not a good combination. So I think I will snip it here, because this point, this one is now it's an air root, but it can grow into other types of roots. So this too, these are all roots in the making, and that's what you want. So I will cut it here, put the other part aside, and this I will propagate, but I don't want this many leaves, so I will remove this one and this one. And since I know that this side is the growing point, well, the furthest away from the plant, maybe that's a good analogy, the furthest away from the plant, and this was closest to the plant, this will go into the water. And just like that. I will fill it up with water later, but you always want to make sure that one of these area roots, since this is a pothos or a philodendron, this is what will create roots, and in this case, since I'm doing it in water roots, so you want to have contact with that in the water, like that. And again, I will add more propagations in this first, and then I will add my water. So that's basically it. So again, this is the one that I cut down. So this part was the closest to the furthest away from the plant. This is the closest, so this end will put in water. I will again snip off some leaves, because for one, I cannot get those into the container, and I think this one too. And we will slide it in. Yeah. And just like that. And I will do this with the rest of all these and see how many I get. So that's all of these done, and I made a mess. What's not new? But you can also trim these shorter. I just like a little bit of length since I have some longer glasses. But you can also cut them shorter in the same way. So the point that is the furthest away from the plant, or the roots you could say, still goes the furthest away from the water in this case. The part that is closest to the roots, you put in water, and just make sure that a node or a growing point or a root in the making is having contact with water. And you can do the same principle in soil, and it just goes the same, but instead of just putting it in water, you put it directly in soil. But like I said, I prefer water because I like the roots. I'd like to see the roots grow, and that way I know if I have succeeded or not. And water is cheaper than soil, so And I switched up to using the glasses because these stems were pretty thick, so not a whole lot could fit in these small, these are soy sauce bottles, but yeah. On to the big monstera. For the monstera, basically the same principles apply. So these are roots. Now they are aerial roots, but you need those to come in contact with water. So yeah, it's just a bigger version of what I just did, basically. In the end, I ended up with 5 or 6 pieces, I think. But yeah, now it's just a matter of waiting for it to grow and see if they take. Let's hope they do, but another big mess. And in the end, this pot should hopefully look a little bit like that. A lot of roots. Well, a lot of roots. This one still needs to be repotted, but we still haven't made the time for it, basically. But it's still doing good. It's even put on some new leaves, like this one's a new one, this one, and this one. As you can see, this one is a little bit lighter, that one as well. That one is already the normal color, you could say, but I know it's new because it's smaller than the rest. It was the first one. But yeah, now it's just on to the rooftop terrace cleanup. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye everyone. Dag allemaal.